Action.
Good morning,
Good afternoon.
my brothers and sisters, and especially to our beloved King FILEMON or REAMBONANZA, the founder of the Kingdom of God and the source of this wisdom that we had. Before I will start my topic for today about what is Dapitan according to the plan of God, let me introduce first. I am your brother Carmelito Enicuela of Bacara, Ilocos Norte, Region 1. Now, if we will talk about Dapitan City, we will start at the time when Jacob was born, because the exact time begins in his life. Jacob was born in negative 73. Before he entered Egypt, he lived 130 years in Israel. So it was in negative 73 to positive 57. This was at the time of Joseph, when he became a governor of Egypt. 17 years after Jacob arrived in Egypt, he died. The family of Jacob lived in Egypt within 430 years. So it was at the time of Moses. In short, they got out of Egypt in the year positive 487. From this year, we will count 480 years in which Solomon constructed the temple. So in short, Solomon began the construction in the year positive 967. So it was the 4th year when he reigned the kingdom. So Solomon became a king in the year 963. Now, Solomon had 37 years left to finish the positive 1,000 years. Since Solomon reigned the kingdom 40 years, so he had 3 years, which was already in the negative 1,000 years. If we will subtract the negative 3 to negative 1,000, We have the answer negative 997. From this year will be subtracted to 2,520, which is the appointed time of God, and the answer is 1,523 or 1523 in short. This was at the time when God bestowed the kingdom to the nation which became a Christian in 1523. In this regard, God sent a priest on March 16, 1521, in order to Christianize the Filipino for the kingdom of God, which became a Christian. Now, we cannot profoundly deny that the Philippines is the abode of Christian people who are struggling for salvation, whether in group or individual. We learn very well that the Philippines became a Christian on April 14, 1521, 2 years before God gave the kingdom to the nation which became Christian in 1523. We learn, it is very clear to mention the kingdom of God, because in 1523 is the repetition of the real and true kingdom of God at the time of King Solomon during his last hour in negative 997. So the biblical history reveals that the creation of Adam was in the island surrounded by two branches of twin rivers of Tigris River and Euphrates River. This is precisely called Mesopotamia. The Greek language Mesopo, which means an island surrounded by two branches of rivers. In a vivid narration, after the creation of Adam, God rested in the seventh day. Since one day of God is equal to 1,000 years of man, so Adam should be in the Garden of Eden and live there the same time as God rested. But before the year ended, Adam committed sin. The year 821, Adam committed sin. So God completely erased Mesopotamia after the 28th generation at the time of Abraham. So the plan of God was carried by Abraham to Canaan. Many years passed by that Jesus was born in Bethlehem. This human flesh was chosen so that Christ, a true God who could speak to the people for the preparation of His third week in this world. Many Jews did not believe Him, so He took away the kingdom of God and gave it to the nation, which became a Christian in 1523. What years? From this time, 40 years should be counted off. And Adam, who could give the life of the people, should appear. It was in 1563 when Adam came to the Philippines, and the person of Dato Pagbuaya. Since Adam lived in Mesopotamia, which was an island surrounded by two branches of rivers, so with the new Mesopotamia, which was also surrounded by two branches of rivers called Polo River and Liburan River. According to the plan of God, the place should be discovered 40 years after the repetition of the history of King Solomon. The history repeated in 1523. From this time, 40 years when Dato Pagbuaya reached Dapitan. It was in 1563 when Datu Pagbuaya spiritually returned in Dapitan. Counting from it, the remaining 390, and the answer is 1953. When Dato Pagbuaya spiritually returned in Dapitan. 10 years after, the town of Dapitan became a city under the penmanship of President Diosdado Macapagal on June 22, 1963. Under Republic Act number 3811. Another 10 years that followed, the Dapitan city became a shrine city under the signature of President Ferdinand Marcos on January 24, 1973. Under the Presidential Decree number 105. In this juncture, the Dapitan city became a shrine city, is the new Mesopotamia, where the second Adam who personified by Datu Pagbuaya in 1563 will come back to the Dapitan city. So that's all. This is the real story of the secret of the Dapitan according to the plan of God. What is the Dapitan? The Dapitan is the new Mesopotamia, where the second Adam will come back. The question is, who will come back to the new Mesopotamia and when? That's all. Thank you.